There was something that triggered Lot. Sometimes you came to a particular church and your life began to have shape. Your life began to have shape. Your life began to have shape. Something might happen along the line. Maybe you were sick, nobody called you, or a friend, something happened in the church, and you decided to leave. You forgot all the time. Some people we are struggling. There's a place you will enter. There is a coverage. You see, not every pastor come to church and pray for you and you did this one, or you came and you stop that person. Somebody was telling me last week that a dream she had, and in that dream they were locked up until I came. Even those people that were outside, he said those that they were furious to wound people. But the minute I saw them, I told them to shift, and they shifted. I have to bring them out. You see, this is to show you there is a word, courage. Don't use because of success and begin to spite those that were there or those that have been there for you. I would say that night when Saul separated, but one thing about that, Abraham told Saul, choose anywhere you want. Choose anywhere you want. A man of God was guiding you. You begin to make money. When marriage came, you thought that because you have made money, there is no need to involve him in knowing who you want to marry, because now money has given you the visibility, or money has entered your head. Exactly what happened to Lot. Abraham said, make decision. If Lot is a wise man, Lot would have said to Abraham, give me where you want. But Bible said Lot looked and saw a greener pasture. He saw a land full of green, a land that he thought it will be so beautiful. When I was teaching you about the greener pasture, I told you a land is not a pasture. A greener pasture, except the shepherd speak, that a land is green does not mean it is a greener pasture. That a land is full of milk does not mean you should be there. The only man that can know is a shepherd. A shepherd knows where he is and eat poison, because he is a master in that field. He knows the ones that are trapped. He knows the one you will eat. The owner will come with a gun and begin to shoot. He knows more than you. If I should bring a cow here and say go and eat, the cow will enter as far as that place is where you can see. But if there's a herdsman there that knows that that this is a new cross, that it is somewhere that this is not grass, they are not weeds, they are useful plants. It is the shepherd that we know that place you are treading is a danger zone. Are you following me, somebody? So a land is not a green pasture until the shepherd says it's a green pasture. Don't enter because it is green. Don't choose the business because your neighbor is making money from it. Don't put your visa. Don't apply for visa because you heard that some people are making it in that country. Don't enter that marriage because you saw he can speak in tongues. Abraham said to him, make a choice. He looked and saw a greener pasture. He looked and saw, not knowing that greener pasture will be Sodom and Gomorrah in few years to come. Bible said when he looked, he saw a greener pasture and said to Abraham, here is where I want. Now, after that same night, the Lord said unto Abraham, Lord was separated from you. He said, lift up now thy eyes. This is what I want to, that brought me to this. Two types of vision. The vision the Lord is showing you, and the vision that you create by yourself, either from God's voice or from your dream. Is somebody hearing me? Is somebody hearing me? From the voice of the Lord said to him, lift up your eyes. Listen, Abraham might be looking at the Lord like this, up. But why the Lord saying, telling him, look up your eyes? That is the eyes of vision. You need to open. He said, lift up your eyes. Now, he said, look from the place where thou art, northward, southward, and east. Listen, the Lord said to him, look to the east, west, north, and south. Follow me now. Current situation is that he is a human being. He cannot turn around. But a vision is being able to see beyond the current situation. He knows I don't need to turn around to see east, west, north, and south. As far as the Lord has showed me, as far as the Lord has commanded me, as far as I have seen this in my dream, as far as a prophet has told me, as far as the Lord has spoken to me, He knows that I have the ability to see. The Lord said to him, look at the east, west, north, and south. He said, look up. Look up. Is the east upward? Is the north upward? They are by the sides. But what is trying to tell him, open your inner eyes. Open the eyes of vision. And the Lord included north, east, west, and south. Let me show you why. The next verse, he said, and I will make thy seed as the dust of the earth, so that if a man can number the dust of the earth, then shall the seed also be numbered. The last one, he said, arise, walk through the land in the length of it and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto thee. Look at it, Abraham. When the Lord commanded Abraham, look east, west, north, and south, he knew that even the one Lot has chosen, I have the right to own it. Somebody hearing me? And when Abraham looked, he saw the whole world. That was why he was made the father of the whole nation. Can you hear me? Ishmael came from who? You know, he came from Adam. Oh yeah? He came from who? Adam. No, he came from Abraham. He came from who? Abraham. Isaac came from who? Where are the Muslims coming from? Ishmael. Where are the Christians coming from? He said, as far as you can see, that is what I'm giving to you. He looked. That was why when the angel of destruction came to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, they had to pass through the house of the landlord. Being who? Abraham. If they have infected the land of Lot without going to the house of Abraham, they have erred. It is wrong, because the moment Abraham looked from the east, west, north, and south, he looked and saw the whole world. That means he was still in charge of Sodom and Gomorrah. When they get to destroy that land, Bible said they met with him, and there was a negotiation. He said, if we see this number, should we destroy? Abraham said, wait, don't destroy. There was from how many? 50, yeah? 20, 10. They began to negotiate. There was a what? Negotiation. Lot does not know that night that there was a negotiation on the destruction of his land. But he's calling himself a landlord where he was. He was thinking that he was safe where he was. He thought everything is safe. But the landlord does not make noise. The landlord does not what? Make noise. What I want to bring out here is that Abraham was able to see. This one is not what the Lord was showing him. The vision I'm talking about now is the vision you create from your dream. You create from God's voice. Are you following me? If I follow me inside here, you are looking at me as you are not following me. Are you sure? Hallelujah. And as far as you are a Christian, you must follow the pattern of obtaining your vision through spiritual connection. You don't just have a vision. It's not about having a vision. But let me explain more about the vision before we continue. The vision is you presenting what you want the vision to look like, and you living by that. Can I tell you, if you have visions, there are some visions you will have. There are certain lives you cannot live. There are certain places you cannot enter. There are certain people that cannot be in your life. A man that has a vision is a man that has selection. Is a man There are some goats that have stick on their neck. It's not juju. You know why? Those goats are allowed to move around in the family. And they have a hole where the chicken can go out. Hallelujah. It's the only chicken that can go out. So when the goats want to go out through that hole, that yoke will hold him. That is what he said. Put on the yoke of Christ. When you put on the yoke of Christ upon your life, there are places you cannot enter. There are some clothes you cannot wear. There are some friends that cannot enter your life. Is somebody hearing me? There are some drinks that you cannot drink. It's not about being a sin. It's not about being a sin. It's about you having a vision. It's about you having Christ in you. Not everything should be taught. You should see in the Bible. Like I told you one time here, that smoking is not a sin. Hope you know. Smoking is not a what? It's not a sin.